decision to bring in Will?
It was just, something he felt like we needed for the team and, to push the quarterback room and push this offense.
Devin, are you definitely going to be here this fall, or is it too early to say anything definitively?
I've said it through and through. I'm a Buckeye, and I'm here to compete no matter what.
Why do you think people have a hard time believing that, Devin, in this transfer portal NIL?
Honestly, I think people are cowards. I think people have this, this thought in their own heads that I'm going to leave and I'm a quitter, but that's never been me. I mean, these people live, wherever in their mom's basement, saying stuff about me, and they don't know shit. Excuse my language, but they don't know anything. They don't know who I am. They don't know who I've been, and that's always who I've been.
Devin, how hard is it to keep that mentality when it seems like each time you get a chance, something that's really out of your control derails kind of at you?
That's life. I mean, it's always going to be like that no matter what, and so you can't control any of it. All you can control is yourself and how you do it.
Devin, related to that, though, is there something that you and Mick and the training staff have been able to commit to this offseason to try to help you strengthen your ankle, something you can do to prevent this?
Yeah, definitely. There's been some work with that, especially, in the training room and with Sean and Solo and all those guys. They've been on it with me. And it just was like two freak deals. It was just weird. My cleat just got stuck in the ground both times. And there's things that I've been able to do to strengthen my ankles again. But, yeah, it was just a freak deal.
So you just chalk it up to bad luck, really, because I don't think you had issues in high school to report,
right?
No,
I was very, injury-free in high school. Never really had any ankle problems or anything like that. And then just 2 times where my cleats got stuck and got twisted around. And
does it come down to a deal, though, when you get into practices this spring and you, in your career? Is it like rubber double tape in the ankles, or how does this work to prevent?
Yeah, I used to never tape my ankles. I didn't even tape them in high school, but now they'll definitely be taped up, and I'll have bigger cleats, and, it'll be as cautious as we can be.
Devin, did you know it right away?
Yeah, I knew the exact pain, exactly what it was. As soon as it happened, it looked like I grabbed my leg, but I just knew exactly where it was.
So look,
bigger cleats, not smaller cleats?
No, the bigger linemen, thick around the ankles and everything. Yeah, try to get as much brace as possible.
The bigger shoe, not the bigger shoe itself. The bigger.
Yeah,
shoe.
The ankle part. I used to just wear the speed cleats, the cleats that the receivers were wearing, but now they got me in some bigger ones.
Then what are your thoughts on Chip Kelly coming in? You've been through Kevin Wilson, Brian Hartline. You lived through the Bill O'Brien era.
Yeah.
And now Chip Kelly. What do you think of Chip Kelly coming in?
He's been great. He's been awesome. I feel like I have a really good relationship with him. He recruited me to UCLA when I was still coming out of Corner Canyon, so we kind of already had that relationship. Him and Coach Fry. It's funny. I was talking with them. I was sitting in their office in LA, telling them I wasn't going to go there, and then they both followed me here, so it's pretty funny. But no, he's been great. We've had a lot of meetings, and I love the system that he's brought in and the wording of everything, so it's been a good time.
I'm sure you know now. Did you know, last year at this time, that Chip Kelly was Ryan Day's mentor? Would you have known that?
Yeah, okay. Definitely. I mean, when I was getting recruited by both of them, they both talked to me about each other before, so I knew that.
What stands out about Chip just in his interpersonal relationships? You know what I mean? I mean, how does he speak to you, so to speak?
Very laid back and, wanting us to learn. He's very, teacher orientated. He wants us to learn and really process everything without giving us the information, so it's been good.
And do you sense the quarterback's going to have an even bigger role in the running game with him? And what's your sense on that?
I feel like it's going to be pretty similar to how it was before. I mean, we're always going to have our reads, and I think the offense is going to be the offense.
Yeah. Devin, going through what you did last offseason with Kyle from really December to the season help you think this year?
Yeah, for sure. To be able to go through another quarterback competition like that has definitely prepared me, and knowing what I messed up on or what I could have done differently, it's definitely going to be a huge plus for me this year.
Has Ryan explained what maybe the rep distribution might be?
No, we haven't talked about that at all. Yeah.
You Devin, the comments from people who don't know what you're thinking. Do you listen to that much, or do you try to just block it out?
No, I really don't listen to any of it. People see me tweet stuff sometimes. I'll go on and just tweet something that's it. I'll just turn it off or delete it off my phone. But I'll have my dad. My dad will send me stuff sometimes, all mad, or a family member will send me something look at what this person said. And at the end of the day, I just don't care. I've never cared, good or bad, what somebody has to say about me.
So Devin, we've talked a lot about
you now at this time of year compared to last year.
I would say the biggest thing for me this year has just been the leadership role that I've kind of fallen into and worked my way into. I felt like last year was still a little different coming off of being behind CJ Stroud. I didn't really know what it was truly like to be a leader, and I felt like obviously I still had those traits to do that. I just wasn't really exerting myself like that, and I feel like this year now I've been around the guys again for another year, and guys have trusted me, and I've seen what I've done in practice, and seen what I've done all year round. So I feel like them knowing what I'm able to do, it's just different now, being able to lead.
You talked about consistency right before the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
You felt like you were being a lot more consistent in practice. How can you kind of translate that now to spring ball?
The nice thing is that, you know, the offense isn't really different, and it's all the same things, and the game has slowed down a lot more for me. So being able to go out there and know exactly what's going to go on out there, it'll definitely make it easier.
You've been through a quarterback battle. Yeah, and I'm not trying to lead you down a bad path here, but would you prefer to know at the end of the spring who the starting quarterback is? I mean, based on what you went through last year, or does it matter?
I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. I mean, if you're getting reps, that's all that matters, and you're working with the guys. Like how we did it last year, we were still, you know, taking 1 reps and 2 reps. Like we were just working with everybody and being able to build a relationship with everybody. It didn't really feel like it was anything that harmed us.
Getting that start though in the Cotton Bowl, what did that do for you from a confidence standpoint? Obviously, it didn't end. You know, the first half didn't end the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
But what did that do for you from a confidence standpoint of knowing they did put their trust in you? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was nice to know that, you know, there's nothing behind you. Like you can just go out and play free. Like there's really no stress on the fact that you might not have a job or you're going to lose a job or anything. It was just go out and play and be you. Like that's why you came here, was because of your playing ability.
Have you and Will talked about how you're going to handle this, or is it just happening?
It's just going to happen. Yeah.
You mentioned the 2 ankle injuries. There was also obviously the finger injury last spring that kept you out of the spring game.
Yeah.
Are you still at a place where you're like, I still haven't been able to show people what I am, what I can really do?
For sure. I mean, I don't think I've had a few reps here and there at moments that I didn't think were anything that really defined who I am.
So Devin, we've talked a lot about the physical things that you've been through, but give us an idea mentally. How hard has this been for you to kind of be up and down and working through injuries you didn't see coming and trying to grind your way through all this?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. I mean, there was long nights of having to battle through all that, and it was definitely a hard time for me. But you know, especially like building up into that Penn State week when, you know, we were slowly building that whole goal line package and building it into more and more, and then for the injury to happen, just felt like it was all stripped away from me. And then the same thing happens in the Cotton Bowl. I just work really hard to do all that, and then for it to be stripped away from me, it just feels like it was all for naught, and felt like a waste of time almost. But at the same time, I cherish that moment, and I'm thankful for that moment because it's who I am today now.
So I don't mean to be coy about it, but how are you better for having gone through all of that? Like how have those mental challenges pushed you to be a better player?
It's been night and day for me. I mean, being a 19 and 20-year-old kid through the season and going through 3 different injuries and all these different emotions, I feel like I'm a different person now. I'm a different man now. I'm another year older, and I've been in the system for another year. I've been in college football for anher year, and so I feel like it's only going to be better for me from here on out.
How close do you think you were to winning the job last year?
I was very close. I mean, I felt like at one point I was ahead for a while, and then, you know, things just kind of went here and there and just kind of slowly fell off. But